Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're reacting to 10 scary videos, or Are You a Big Baby? So the last spooky videos I watched were alien related. Like it was basically like true stories, except they were like animated and they were alien related, except for like those two last ones felt like one was a cryptid and the other one was like ghost. That's what it felt like. But for the most part, like the first one, I recall the first one I didn't believe, but yeah, and now we're looking at ghost videos because the spooky month is coming. Again, I do have some belief in ghosts, like, and that's only because as a child I seen one. I was young. Don't care if you believe me or not. Oh god, hiccup burp. I don't know why I do that a lot. Like I have hiccups and then I burp at the same time. But yeah. Anyway, like I said, I do have some beliefs in ghost stuff and paranormal stuff because I seen a ghost as a child, and I don't know if I've already shared that story, but I do know I've mentioned it a few times. But that's a story for another time. Anyway, let's just get the video started because I'm stalling. Anyway, god damn it! Why is OBS doing that? I'm not even.
This next creepy footage was captured live on national TV in Argentina. So in Argentina, there's a program called Phenomenos, which is broadcast live and covers notable weather events in Argentina and around the world. The show's co-host, Matias Bertolotti, is doing a normal weather forecast for the upcoming weekend. When
Weather?
this happens.
Por eso es el día quizás de estos próximos días, porque se viene la humedad
Wait, what was
y
that?
ahora sí, la
Oh,
esperada
that.
lluvia en la zona central que
Ugh.
están esperándola muchísimo, asociado con las perturbaciones de mal tiempo, va a realzar todo esto.
That's
The program switches to a live security camera overlooking the boardwalk of the
that's a little
city
crazy.
of Corrientes.
Okay, there now my spacebar is working as a pause and play. But yeah, that's crazy. Hold on, let's rewind it a little bit, just a little bit, because I kind of want to see that again. Okay, but yeah, that's crazy. Hold on.
Viene la humedad y ahora sí, la
Looks like a
esperada
little
lluvia en la
girl's
zona central
running
que
like
están
a
esperándola
child.
muchísimo, asociado con las perturbaciones de mal tiempo, va a realzar todo esto.
Oh yeah, remind me not to visit wherever the hell that is because that's kind of freaky. This is kind of, well, I'll leave it to you guys to decide whether it's believable or not. Just keep in mind this is supposed to be like live, and that little camera with the little thing moving in it, it was supposed to be like a security camera in like a park or something, I guess. So I'll leave that up to you. Me personally, it's a little bit more convincing, but also keep in mind some news places like to make hoaxes. Like back, was it like the 60s or something? Whenever that radio station like had like those weird alien stuff like happening in like a radio station, I remember a radio broadcast and then like they mentioned alien stuff happening, which turned out to be a hoax, but then some people think it isn't a hoax, which again, that's up for debate. I personally believe it could be a hoax, but yeah, like, because again, sometimes the media will do stuff like that for like views. So it could be a result of that, or it could just be well, we didn't expect to see that.
The program switches to a live security camera overlooking the boardwalk of the city of Corrientes. But something pale and translucent can be seen walking across the field
Yeah, it looks like a child.
and out of frame. The strange figure looks almost like the torso of a person.
Oh wait. Yeah, now I have a closer look. It looks like an arm and a head I could see.
Moving quickly, almost as if whoever or whatever this is running.
Like yeah, it looks like a the waist up, basically, because you can't see legs.
Shocked viewers watching the show and shares the footage to his Instagram. It quickly gets a massive amount of attention. By the end of the program, Matthias looks at the footage live on air and says that both he and the TV crew have no idea what this is. But they do.
Again, who knows? Because, like, news places, like, again, like that radio broadcast, it was probably a hoax, and they were just doing that to get people listening. Like, more listeners. So this could be like a hoax where they're trying to get people to watch their news more, or I don't know. I'd have to watch that news station or whatever to know what that is like. But yeah, so this could be a hoax in my opinion, but I'll just leave you to debate because I'm not too sure about it.
Note that whatever it is, it doesn't seem to have any legs.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es eso que pasa cuando estábamos en vivo?
What has happened?
Esto sucedió en vivo, a ver, esto no es, o sea, no estamos jodiendo, se los digo en serio, no estamos jodiendo, esto pasó en vivo cuando estábamos hablando del tiempo y la cámara es de paso de la patria.
I mean, yeah, keep in mind this was live, and this is supposedly a live security feed of the town, like at that park. So I don't know what to think about this one.
The Continental Inn.
Like for a sec, I thought it was like a child running around, but when they zoomed in closer, yeah, it's like a torso with no legs, like a man's torso. Like it's like the motion that it's running, but you don't see a bottom half to it. You just see the arms moving as if the person's running. So that's weird, but I don't know.
Jenna Snow works at the Continental Inn in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
The Continental? Ooh, remember, you can't kill anyone in the Continental. That's... Otherwise, you create another John Wick movie, which... I love those movies. I've only seen, like, John Wick 1, 2, and 3, I think. I haven't seen, like, the one after it. The ones after those ones. I haven't seen the newest one. But yeah, the Continental just reminds me of the hotel all the assassins would stay at. Do you think Agent 40... The guy from Hitman, I forgot what his number is. Agent 47? Or was it 40? I forgot Hitman. By the way, I got Hitman Blood Money. It's just I haven't played it.
A hotel which sits right across the road from a cemetery that is the final resting place of nearly 19,000 bodies.
Yeah, it's never good to fuck with a cemetery.
With a location like that, it's no wonder that the hotel has built up quite a bit of a reputation for being haunted. Now Jenna's working...
I mean, you live across from a cemetery. For the most part, though, I wouldn't expect the hotel to be haunted itself. Maybe the cemetery across, because it's a cemetery. That's where you bury the dead. But also keep in mind, just because a cemetery exists doesn't mean it's haunted. If anything, if it's not haunted, that just means people are resting peacefully in the afterlife. Do not disturb the graves. Do not do anything fucked up in the cemetery, then you'll be fine. At least that's my opinion. Like when people claim, oh, this cemetery doesn't seem haunted. Yeah, that just means people are resting peacefully. And that's a good thing. Usually when places are haunted, it's usually a fucked up reason, or if it's not a fucked up reason, it's just a spirit unwilling to pass on. Who knows? Like, I don't know, maybe they really liked it here in the world of the living and not in the afterlife. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I couldn't talk about it. I mean, some religious people would bring up religion. Me, I'm not religious. I'm not. I'm sorry. I couldn't even pretend to be.
Anyway. The front desk at 5 in the morning when she and one of her coworkers, Tim, spot something very odd on the lobby security camera.
They said it's not the hotel that's haunted, it's the graveyard.
Oh.
So this service road here where Danny and I used to park, that's the old Stony Plain Road. Do you really think they when they dug up all the bodies here, that was a good one. Moved them over.
Wait. So this hotel used to be part of the graveyard. That's So they moved graves over. They moved the bodies over, and they built over a part of the graveyard. Like, okay, so this is what I'm understanding. The graveyard across from them and the hotel used to be one giant graveyard. It's just apparently they built over a hotel over it, which God, I fucking hate it when people do that. Because, well, I just hate it when they like they probably use the excuse, it will benefit the city, so let's build over a graveyard and desecrate people's graves. Like it's always like it's always something stupid like that in America. Like that's literally an excuse on why sometimes a city will just take someone's land or try to take someone's land. Like let's say you buy a house. I remember there's like an excuse the city can make that it would benefit the city if they took your house basically and tore it down and built something over it. That's a legit excuse I recall that is used in America. That is like I seen in the news like that was an excuse being used. Like this is in California, by the way. So apparently this old lady, this it's actually it was either an old lady or an old man. Regardless, it was an old person. Didn't want to sell their house, but this because the city kept trying to buy their land from them. But then they decided to use, oh, but we're gonna tear down your house and build something over it that will benefit the city. So now we could just take your land, and yeah, and we're not taking no as an offer. We'll offer you money, but we're not taking no as an offer. And that's basically what the city does. This was in California. This old person, I'm pretty. It might have just been an old couple that's lived there for like their whole life. It's like their house. Their house has been around for a long time, and the city just decides, yeah, we want your the land your house is on. So here, here, take our money. We're not letting you refuse, even if you're happy living in that place. We're not gonna let you stay there. Take the money now, and so we could tear down your house that you shared so many loving memories in, that you've lived in your entire life, your entire relationship, your entire marriage. You had all your families, you had your relatives, you have so much good memories, friends, stuff, like everything. We want, we don't care, we want it. So we're gonna tear down your place and build like some bullshit over it. And it usually ends up being something that doesn't really benefit the city. Like they put like a Carl's Jr. over it for some reason. And yeah. So sorry to bring this up, but like the fact that they said they moved bodies over to like I mean, at least they had the decency to move them to a the graveyard across, or at least I hope they did, because you know there's definitely going to be some that they didn't. But yeah, that's basically how this hotel got made. They probably used to excuse it'll benefit the city, so we could just build over this graveyard or some bullshit. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Back to the video.
The graveyard?
This hotel benefits the city. Blah blah blah. I mean, I guess it. I guess
Hey, Noel. What's up?
I don't like it.
See it again.
He's
Jeez.
trying to sit in the chair. Sometimes he'll stay there for a minute.
He is. How do you know this?
Well, because Danny and I caught him earlier when Danny was in the games room locking up.
Yeah, this is just normal occurrence for them, so they're used to seeing it. That lady's probably freaking out because she's never seen it.
freaked the out because I saw it. And then I tried to do a video review to record it, and it wouldn't let me.
A faint, pale figure can be seen moving around the hotel lobby and sitting down in one of the chairs, before just disappearing completely. Jenna's coworker Tim claimed.
Okay, so if it sits on the chair, it's probably self-aware about being a ghost. Again, this is saying that if it's like a real thing, because keep in mind, this is on. Well, this is. Wait. This is. I just realized this is on a computer. It's probably a security recording. But still, like, keep in mind though. Always question everything you see on the internet. Like, unless it's like. Until you get like sufficient proof. But like, I'm just gonna say this. This looks like a security cam, so it's believable. But at the same time, don't go full in on belief. Because it can always end up as a hoax. Or some really good video editing to make it look like something paranormal. Because that happens a lot. Sometimes they use CGI. Sometimes they just... I don't know. It's hard to explain. So this one... I can say it's believable, but also it could just be a fake. Like, if you're good at editing, sure. If none of these people are, if these people don't know how to edit, sure. If they have, but if they have the money to hire someone to edit in like a fake ghost, then yeah, that's a thing. But that usually costs a lot of money, and then I don't know if these people would have that money, so I don't know. CGI costs a lot, doesn't it? I mean, well, apparently CGI doesn't. It depends in movies, but when they cheap out on the CGI, you could usually tell how fake it is.
That he's seen the bizarre figure many times before, and he
I don't know.
believes that it
Just
is
never go
wandered
full
over
in
from
on
the
belief
cemetery
unless
across the road.
you've witnessed
But
it yourself.
lost spirit or not, I leave that up to you to decide. Mirror, mirror. Melina Zunder is celebrating Mother's Day in her home in Nova Trinto, Brazil. She records herself as she enjoys a Brazilian dessert treat and shows the thoughtful present that she received from her son. But then, something happens.
For goodness sake, let's eat some cake. I forgot what movie that was. It was an Adam Sandler movie. Was it Mr. Deeds? Where, like, yeah, the guy was saying that, for goodness sake, let's eat some cake. Yeah, it was Mr. Deeds because it was about the movie where Adam Sandler inherited money from his, like, dead great grandfather or something. It was a dead relative that he didn't know, really.
That shocks her to her core.
Mr. Deeds, probably.
Gente, eu vou comer com vocês o melhor brigadeiro da vida, que é da doceria da Lulu.
Okay, so her content is she eats desserts, which I ain't judging it. It's not my particular cup of tea to watch. Like me, I like to watch gaming related stuff, horror stuff, anime stuff like that. But yeah, that's her content. She eats like desserts. I mean, some people are into that. Like, they like to like food. It's like food related stuff. I wouldn't say it's like a mukbang thing, because when it's a mukbang, they eat like ridiculous amounts, an absurd amount of food usually. This it's like when you watch the food channel and you see like someone has like a show, and like they're usually like a chef. It's like when Gordon Ramsay tries out food sometimes. Like in Kitchen Nightmares, he tries out food, calls them ass, and then he helps stuff. And then there's some people that just like to just go get fancy food and show it on camera and try it out. I think that's what basically this is.
E olha que bonitinho que eu ganhei no dia das mães atrasado, mas ela me deu. É espelhinho.
Like desserts she tries, or sweets. Me personally, I'm not that into sweets.
Que lindo. Deixa eu abrir. Ai, meu Deus. Amei.
Whoa,
E
we.
agora vamos provar. Eu sou, tipo assim,
Oh, hold on,
viciada.
hold on. Alright, sorry, I just had a phone call. Okay, now continue on. Okay, so what's. Okay, I'm trying. Let me remember what was happening. So this lady, her online content is she eats like desserts and stuff. I don't know. Probably. I mean, they mentioned something like that. I don't fucking know. And then she showed like a mirror thing that she had, and was something was in the mirror, right? Hold on. Let me record this a little. Let me rewind this a little bit.
Que é da doceria da
Yeah,
Lu.
yeah, sweets.
Olha que
She
bonitinho
eats
que eu ganhei
sweets and
no Dia
stuff.
das Mães atrasado, mas ela me deu. É um espelhinho de bom. Deixa eu abrir e mostrar.
Pocket mirror.
Olha, que lindo. Deixa eu abrir. Ai, meu Deus. Amei.
Okay, I'm seeing some weird shit in that mirror. Okay, so what is right here in this bottom one? First of all, that's kind of strange. Hold on, let's rewind. I thought I saw a face in
Olha,
it.
que lindo. Deixa eu abrir. Ai, meu Deus.
Yeah, that's a face.
Amei. E agora vamos provar. Eu sou, tipo assim, viciada nesse brigadeiro dela. É simplesmente o melhor brigadeiro que eu já comi na minha vida.
Did you see it? In the reflection in the mirror, a pale face can be seen looking right at Melina.
Yeah.
Almost as if someone was standing right in front of her. After reviewing her video 2 days later, Melina is shocked. She posts the video to her TikTok in search of answers.
Why does that person have such a serious, deadpan expression? I mean, it's probably. I mean, would you be smiling if you were a ghost? I mean, I would just because I'd be pranking them. I'd make the most creepiest smile if I was a ghost, and I would just be fucking with them the whole time. I mean, that's kind of fucked, but you know what? If it makes me laugh, I'd be fine with it.
The video goes viral, quickly gaining over 3 million views. Many stunned viewers wonder whether there's anything in front of her that could have been reflected in the mirror, like a TV.
Maybe.
But Melina shows that in front of where she was sitting at the time, there's actually a backyard, not even a wall. She
Okay,
also says
so it's
that
like
her
a window.
husband and son were inside at the time. So just who or what is this? And did that mirror come with an uninvited guest attached? Crossing.
So it's like there was someone standing in front of her window where the backyard is. So yeah, that's kind of fucking weird. I mean, if you pause it, you could make out the face and maybe even check if you could find the identity of that face. Just saying. But let's be real. No government official's gonna want to investigate that because they'll say, "Oh, this is fake," or "I don't believe in this shit." Oh, even though, who cares? Just look for the face. But because that was clear. That was pretty clear.
Over. TikTok user Mutalu
Okay, but yeah, my opinion on it is it could be a hoax because again, you could edit that in, but it could also be. It's just strange. I don't know what to think exactly, but as I say for all of the, you know what? I'm not going to say this for each clip. I'll just say if it's believable or not. But what I will say is it's weird. It's weird. Just don't believe everything on the internet until I don't know, you find enough evidence of it. Anyway, continuing.
4256 is driving down a quiet road somewhere in Thailand at around 8 o'clock in the evening. Suddenly, well, just watch.
Being followed. Whoa! I just saw that.
A A woman wearing a white dress appears out of nowhere, forcing the panicked driver to swerve.
Yeah, I saw that
around.
at the last
When
minute.
brightening and slowing down the footage, things get even weirder.
Okay, that just sounds like a ghost story where like you're driving and then like a lady appears in front of you right as you're driving and then you end up in Silent Hill. I mean, a lot of times in these ghost stories of like streets or like highways or whatever, like weird stuff like this in these roads happen, like where a ghost just shows up. It's usually trying to make you crash and die, and then it claims your soul as a and whatever. I don't know. Like a lot of times in these ghost stories, when like a ghost appears in the road, they're trying to get you killed because your natural reaction would be all, "Oh shit, where did that person come from?" And then you try to not run them over because you, being a decent human being, don't want to harm anyone, or you just don't want a lawsuit. I mean, that's usually the case. I wouldn't want a lawsuit.
The eerie apparition seems to only partially appear, and then it just disappears altogether. So could this driver have captured evidence of the paranormal on his dash cam?
That's weird.
You decide.
That's all I'll say is that's weird.
Apartment tour.
Because, well, one, you could always go with it's a hoax or whatever, but at the same time, so yeah, it's like a dash cam, but the way the guy reacted in his dash cam, because you could argue that, oh, they just edited that in his dash cam footage, but at the same time, he reacted to it, so that's weird. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was a staged thing, but that's all I'll say.
Gone wrong. A realtor from Ladson, South Carolina is giving a tour of a brand new luxury apartment to an interested couple. Then it goes terribly wrong.
Oh.
It helps sometimes. So this is the oval.
Yeah, that would help me actually.
Let's see. This is like a horror movie beginning.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so if something gets all spooky when you're showing an apartment, this is like footage. This is like Paranormal Activity. By the way, I don't like those movies. I'm going to be honest with you. The Paranormal Activity movies, I do not like them. I couldn't get into them. I know back when those movies were popular, people got into them. People said, oh, it's so realistic. Me, on the other hand, I'm all... That's snoring, by the way. Like, I couldn't get into it. Then they went in weird directions with, like, witches and
Is that
stuff.
closet?
That's washer dryer hookups.
Yeah, cool.
Personally, I thought they were stupid. Whoa!
There's a person in there.
There's a person in there?
Okay, that's a squatter, isn't it? That's gotta be a squatter. My dudes. Squatters are a real problem. Fun fact, so squatter laws are a thing because cowboys. They were made back in like the Old West, the squatter laws. Because cowboys would just wander around the Old West, and then sometimes there would be abandoned houses, and the cowboys could just stay in the abandoned houses. But nowadays, the squatter laws are used by pests. Like, no offense. Like, someone trying to rent out a house, but they can't because they found out under the radar some squatters have been staying in their house they haven't sold for like months. It's a pest. They're just being a pest. Which sucks because, like, yeah, I get it though. Some houses are overpriced and aren't worth the money, and that's why they never get sold. It's like the housing cost today is absurd. Like, the house I live in, it had a lot of issues when I moved in, right? with my family. It had a lot of issues, and it wasn't worth the cost, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's way overpriced. Like, the I'm trying to think of something on how to describe some of the issues. Like, I know for sure the AC didn't work when we got here. There were some. The plumbing was screwed up when we got here. there, there might have been some electrical issues also. I mean, there was so much wrong. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, some of the reasons why some houses end up having squatters is because the landlord's charging too much for like the rent. Like you have to pay all this shit just first you have to pay all the shit to move in and then the rent's absurdly high. So you have to have like a shit ton of money before you move in. Like you have to pay like a deposit and then you have to that that deposit's usually absurd that they had to make a law here to make it not absurd. And then the rent's high, even though you're not living in a great neighborhood. Like it's not a good neighborhood. Like you have to save up to be poor in a bad neighborhood nowadays, which I don't know how people do it. But anyway, and I could go on about how much I hate the housing costs in where I live, but I'd rather not. Anyway, back to the video. It's a crackhead, isn't it? Yeah, I'd get out of there. Yeah, so if someone comes in here, that's a bad sign. Before you've moved in and you're just looking into the apartment and there's like some squatter in there, that's a bad sign. Because, ugh. That just means while you're moving in there, they'll probably break in again and maybe. Because they know how to get in. And maybe like they'll steal your shit, go in your fridge, eat your food. And one day you just come back from work, you need to use the restroom, you open the door, a fucking squatter sitting there shitting in your toilet saying, "Hey neighbor," and then you're all, "What the fuck?" Or one day you wake up in the morning, you remember you have some like really really good stuff for breakfast you want to cook. You get up, you go to the kitchen, you see the fucking squatter snuck into your house again, and he cooked himself breakfast and ate all your food. He ate all your breakfast. That breakfast that was you planned for yourself. And then he eats your lunch. He's all, oh, then he comes back. He's all, oh, hey, you mind if I? Are you okay that I ate? Was that salmon for you? I'm sorry, I ate all of it for dinner. Anyway, bye. Going back somewhere else. You'll, I'm probably hiding in your walls, though. To be honest. Anyway, that's always a bad sign to see when you're checking out and you're looking in at a house.
That's okay.
The woman touring the apartment heads alone into the back bedroom and checks out the closet. But surprise, because there's just some weird dude hiding in there. Understandably, she kind of freaks out and runs out of the room and warns the others. The realtor is shocked, and after checking out the bedroom herself, she just says, okay, we're gonna go.
Yep. That's the right decision.
You like there's a person in there.
There's a person in there?
Yeah, it's time to leave because obviously it's not very secure. That guy's. I assume that dude's like a fucking drug addict.
Now, it bears repeating that these are brand new luxury apartments in a guarded community, so it seems odd that a squatter could even get in there.
Yeah, like how the hell did a squatter even get in there? Ugh. I'm sorry, but yeah, I do have issues with squatters because I've seen like a video of basically some guy that wants to sell his. It's a video of a guy who wants to like sell or rent his house out to someone, but the people aren't able to move in because a squatter won't leave his home. And like they kept trying to kick him out, but the authorities would not do a damn thing because squatter laws, which personally I think you need to update those laws because I am aware there are houses that don't get used, but yeah. Okay, sorry. I said I wasn't going to go on about this. It just bugs me.
But what would you do if you were touring an
Like, I
apartment and
understand.
the guy just popped out of the closet?
I understand how absurd rent is
We
now.
need scary videos, so if you see something scary that you think would be
like
perfect
gotta
for the
be
top
rich
5,
or
send it to me at nukestop5@gmail.com.
Or at least have an
While you were
okay
sleeping.
job or have.
It's 3 in the morning in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Jorge Cruz and his family are all fast
Live
asleep
with
in
family.
bed. Suddenly, their bedroom door slams shut. Now, Jorge is woken up by the sound, but doesn't think much of it and goes back to sleep. But the next day, he begins to wonder what could have caused the door to slam. He checks their baby
Yeah.
monitor footage, and what he finds makes his blood run cold.
Someone break in? This bitch is haunted. Great, a shadow person. Can't that shadow person like fuck off? Bro, just leave the baby alone.
Loud banging can be heard before the bedroom door slams shut. Then a dark shadow-like figure can be seen creeping up the bottom of the baby's crib, seemingly watching the child sleep. The dark mass seems to reach over toward the child, even.
Listen, I get you're a ghost, but you have to be creepy and watch like a child sleep. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, do you have to be creepy? We get it, you're dead. You don't have to be creepy though. Like, Jesus Christ. And it's not just that, like, apparently there have been stories where people said, oh yeah, I live in a haunted place and whatever's haunting it likes to watch me sleep for some fucking reason. It's fucking weird.
Moving around a stuffed
It does
animal.
nothing, but it
Then
just
it simply
he's
disappears
fucking weird.
into thin air.
Watches you sleep.
Jorge says that he feels the entity might be a dark presence in his home. So did the family capture a paranormal entity on camera? Let me know what you think.
Okay, time for an exorcism.
A woman and her dog are seriously freaked out when they notice a chair mysteriously rocking back and forth on her back patio.
Look, you guys, it rocks, but then it stops on its own when I come outside. Let's see if I could get it on camera. There's like no wind. That's I know, Blue, someone's there, huh? I know it.
Yeah, dogs don't. Like, if you have a pet dog and you live in a haunted place and they started barking at what you think is nothing, usually it's the dog senses something in that direction, can like either smell it or like see it, or it just knows something's there. It could, and it'll start barking in its direction. Yeah, that's usually a sign of something like of a haunting if your dog just acts weird like that. Thinking back, I've had a few cats that acted weird like that. Like, I remember this one time in childhood, I forgot what house I lived in, but I remember I was just sitting with my cat that I had at the time and I was petting it. I'm all wondering why it's not moving. It just kept looking in a direction and then it started like the cat started to like get angry and growl while it was looking in the direction. Which when I looked over there was nothing there. I think it was looking in a empty corner of the room, and the cat was just all making noises like it was angry or hissing. It, well, it wasn't hissing. It was making like angry noises where it was like it's like when a dog growls, and then it started hissing at the corner. It was weird, but like I said, I've had some paranormal stuff happen to me growing up. Some people didn't believe me, but yeah, it happened. Like I've had a weird shit. Anyway, continuing.
I know, I don't know why it does that. It does it every time, you guys. This is the third time. I can't believe I caught it on camera. Sick on blue. Creepy, right? Katie, I guess I do have a ghost bitch.
Yeah, the dog doesn't like that.
Little Shih Tzu puppy Blue anxiously barks and growls at the chair as it continues to rock back and forth all on its own.
Also, the reason why the dogs start barking is when they detect something, to them it's like a stranger's here. I can't see them really, or I can see them, so I better bark and get aggressive. But also, there's have been times where I heard they did for a little bit, and then the dog got like scared and ran off or hid somewhere.
Now,
Mainly because they
unfortunately, the
saw something
original source
spooky.
of this video was lost through the internet, almost like it was erased entirely. But many curious viewers of the video believe Blue can see or sense something that we can't. The viewers wonder whether the chair belonged to someone who might have passed away.
Okay, so if it got erased from the internet, sometimes the people who upload it erase it because, well, like I've had this happen to me before a long time ago. Well, I guess it was before I started this channel and I was recording some stuff. Like, I was recording. Okay, so I owned the horror game Clock Tower 3, which I was going to record a playthrough of it. But, like, when in the video I was recording of it, because I was eventually going to have a YouTube channel, it's just I was planning on recording videos before I uploaded. Wait, am I thinking of the same one? No. Regardless, I have this canceled playthrough of Clock Tower 3. After recording one video, I was living somewhere else at the time. But after recording like one video, I heard growling behind me, and I thought it was part of the game, but then afterwards I realized I was in the save menu. There's no creepy sounds. It must have been my imagination. Then I check my recording because I was checking if I needed to cut stuff out. And then at the end, I heard the same growling. I think I've already told this story. It's just, I always mix up when I recorded this. I believe I lived in a different house, though. Like, when I started this channel, I kind of just moved in after a few months, and then... But anyway, regardless, I was recording, and yeah, the growling was still in there. Showed family. One person's super skeptical and just didn't want to say it was paranormal or anything. Tried to say it was a lawnmower. It was not a lawnmower because there was no one mowing a lawn. Like, I believe in this house I lived in, my house was near the front yard, but no one was mowing the lawn. So I was able to rule that out. And then, like, other family members got creeped out and said, okay, the best thing you could do for this is delete it. If you pay too much attention to it, things will get worse. It's bad it's bad because you'll keep wondering and wondering about it, and then whatever made that noise will come for you, and it'll get worse because you took an interest in it or whatever. I don't know. I forgot what the whole deal was because I just remembered I deleted that playthrough, and I was thinking about doing the playthrough again, like attempting it again. Since I live in a new place now, so I'd probably be cool with it. But yeah, that's usually one reason why people would erase any footage of it from existence, like any weird paranormal shit. There's a belief that if you keep it in your head, like it will get worse. I don't know. Maybe it's just a mental thing where it will like drive you crazy because you're wondering what the hell happened. Like, is it paranormal? Is it not paranormal? Is it just weird coincidence? I don't know. By the way, again, I don't know how like some weird growling ends up sounding like a fucking lawnmower to someone. I think it's more of they're just trying to not say it was like anything paranormal because they stopped believing. Well, they don't believe in that stuff. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, back to the video. But that's why sometimes people like to erase things. It's like watching cursed footage where weird shit will happen if they believe it enough. Me personally, I would have kept that footage, but just because a family member was uncomfortable with me having that footage, I deleted it. Me personally, I wasn't bothered by it. Sure, it creeped me out, but you know, I'm not going to like dread keep it in my thoughts for too long. It was just weird. Anyway, continuing.
But without a source, whatever happened next remains a mystery. Peeker. TikTok user Celeste Castro from the city of Culiacan, Mexico is home alone at 1 a.m. when she hears strange sounds coming from her living room.
No. No mames, no sé qué hacer ya, no sé qué hacer.
No way, I don't. Looks like you're gonna have to move out, miss.
No mames, está abierta la puta puerta. Ay, no. Voy a cerrar la puerta.
Hey, there's a car with no tires.
No hay nadie.
Okay, wait, I have to say something. You see the bars on the front door? That's how you know she doesn't live in a good neighborhood. and like every time I've lived in a bad neighborhood, every time there's like bars in the windows or the doors or whatnot. I mean, you could argue that's just a screen, but hold on, let's have a look at that again. Oh yeah, those are just bars. That ain't no screen. Okay, wait. No, the bottom part has screen.
No hay nadie, o sea, no hay nadie. No hay
But that just look at that. Like
nadie.
that's how you know she doesn't live in a good neighborhood. There's like bars on the door. There's a car with no tires. That's usually another sign of a bad neighborhood. Oh god. Now all you need is this to be a duplex and one of one of the people living in like the back houses cuz I lived in a duplex and there was like it had two back houses. There was like a Mexican family we never communicated with and they probably didn't speak English, but they were trying to move out. And then there was a couple. Now all they needed was this lady would need is to be in like that kind of duplex and have like a Mexican family in the back and then a couple because you want to know why? Now the Mexican family, they'll mind their own business. They won't bug you usually. I mean, I wouldn't trust them because the whole neighborhood's shady, so yeah, keep up your guard, but they probably won't bug you. Now, The couple, on the other hand, they're fucking crackheads. They're fucking crackheads. I know this because, well, let's just say that duplex I lived in. The couple was a crackhead, and they now now place your bets. Which one had a problem with my family living there? Was it A, the dude, or B, the woman? If you picked the woman, you were correct. Because the dude, he was friendly towards us. We got along with him. Like, we didn't hang out with him or talk with him often, but he'd sometimes talk to us when he tried to be friendly towards us and whatnot. Like, he was chill. I mean, he was a crackhead, but he always tried to be nice to us because, well, one, we didn't weren't constantly yelling at him and vandalizing his shit, which his girlfriend or wife or whatever the fuck she was, whenever they have had an argument, she would vandalize his truck, and then we'd see him cleaning his truck. And keep in mind, we shared the driveway, so we were paranoid that one day she'll fuck with our shit because an argument. And then two, like, she seemed friendly at first, but then she kept yelling at randomly, and then blah blah blah. Then she'd start shit with us, and yeah, God, I hated that neighborhood. And let's not forget the neighbors were also shady. Like, oof. In the ghetto, in the ghetto, on a cold and gray Chicago morning, another baby being born in the ghetto, in the ghetto. Sorry, I just remember that scene from South Park where Cartman was singing that. But yeah, so this lady, I Miss, you live in not a great neighborhood, I'm assuming, because of the bars. You got to make sure that stays locked. Also, it may not even be a ghost opening your door. It could just be a fucking shady neighbor or something. I don't know.
Voy a cerrar la puerta y le voy a poner seguro porque la neta se supone no hay nadie, literal no hay nadie.
Wait, she didn't lock her. Wait, did she not lock the gate? The little bar, the gate thing she has. I believe it's supposed to be like a screen. It's just I don't know. The bottom part has a screen. The top part is just bars. Again, usually when I see those types of doors, I'm like, yep, the neighborhood's not great.
Alguien plebes. O sea, no sé qué voy a
I just remembered in that same duplex I lived in with like the crackheads and the crackhead couple in the back and the Mexican family in the back. They moved out because they couldn't stand the arguing from the crackheads that we would constantly hear every day. But I remember across the street there was also like a black dude that had a bunch of chickens, and this made me laugh because, well, we never talked to that guy. We again, it, whenever I move into a new place, I never really communicate with any of my neighbors. I just they mind their business, I mind mine. But so this I remember I this is just a hilarious memory I have. This black dude, I think it was like a couple or a family across from us, across the street from us. I remember one day I was outside on the porch, and I saw like the black dude step out of his house chasing like one of his chickens he has because free eggs. He had a bunch of chickens. All I knew about is, and he was chasing him, yelling at the chicken, telling him, "Hey, get your ass back over here!" I just remember it being hilarious. Like he's just yelling at a chicken that's not listening to him. I don't know why. Maybe it was the fact he was trying to chase it back into his house because he had like the worst place to keep the chickens. It's not like he had like a little chicken coop or anything. I'm pretty sure they just hung out in his backyard. That's all they did was just hang out in his backyard, which is kind of terrible if you think about it because, well, maybe he had a shed in the back he'd make them stay in. But that guy clearly didn't know how to take care of chickens, and regardless, I'm pretty sure there were neighborhood cats that would chase those chickens. Like, Jesus Christ, my dude. At least lock the shed or something. I don't know.
Aquí voy a dejar
Sorry for being
que el
sidetracked.
celular esté grabando aquí. A ver si capta algo.
Capture something.
Porque la neta ya me harté.
Yeah, like in
de
Phasma
que,
when you use the
de
tripod
que
for the
estén
camera.
pasando cosas y no sepa qué es. La voy a dejar grabando. Y me voy a ir al cuarto. Me da mucho miedo, please. Me da mucho miedo ver lo que hay. No mames.
It's probably not goodness. You should. I would say to move out. If you're living alone, it's probably wise to live with family. Yeah, this house doesn't. This house doesn't look great from the inside.
Yo quiero saber lo que
Well, I say that because that brown wall looks like it's missing some paint. Or it needs to be painted some more.
realmente pasó.
Not criticizing, I'm just saying. I've lived in houses like
No
these.
mames, no mames, no mames. No mames, no mames. No mames, güey, no mames. ¿Qué vergas es eso? ¿Qué vergas es eso? Me está dando miedo. Te lo juro que estoy temblando. No mames. No mames.
The fuck was that?
No mames, no mames.
Celeste gets the scare of a lifetime when she sees something peek out from behind her kitchen
Oh, I didn't notice. I was looking in a different direction. Okay, yeah, that's not. That's fucked. That right there, that is fucked.
refrigerator. That's
I would run out the house too. I'm just gonna say, I would run out the house too, unless I had a weapon near me. Like if I had a weapon near me, I'd probably charge towards it. Not a smart thing to do, but listen, you don't know how powerful you feel when you pick up that weapon. Suddenly, yeah, I see something creepy peeking at me, but then the moment I pick up a weapon of some sort, I feel like I'm fucking Kratos. I'm Kratos or the Doom Slayer from Doom. Like, as soon as I pick up, like, my bat I have next to me, I just suddenly hear Doom music play, and then I hear in my head that line from Doom, the only thing they fear is you. And then, meanwhile, in my head, I just hear the Doom music, and then I just go mad and like until it gets more terrifying. I start charging and I yelling "Rip and tear," or in a bad Kratos impersonation, "I will make you suffer." Or yell, "I am the god of war," or something like some dumb shit like that because I'm a fucking nerd. I can't make the Doom music sound with, but you know what Doom song I'm talking, right? At least I hope to God you do. Like Doom music would be in my head as soon as I grab my bed and I start charging towards it. The only thing they fear is you.
That's about enough, and she just gets out of there. She spent the rest of the night at her cousin's house. To this day,
Yeah.
Celeste claims that she has no idea what she captured on her phone that night. She says that nothing weird or out of the ordinary has happened at her house since then.
Okay, I want to say that looks kind of like a hood on. Like, hold on, let's rewind it a little bit.
On her phone that night. She says that nothing weird or out of the ordinary has happened at her house since then. But is it real? Or is
Okay, wait. Okay, now that I see it better. Okay, so there's like a little gray right here, so that could be like skin. The black, some hair.
it all just an elaborate hoax?
But yeah, so two things would either happen. if you had a weapon next to you and you picked it up, so you would probably either go Doomslayer like I would, maybe. It depends on how terrifying the situation is. Or you'll pick it up and then you'll be all, stay back, I will fuck you up, or something like that, but you would clearly be scared. Like, they would know. And, or you would go mad and go all Doomslayer. It depends. It depends. Regardless, it's not good. It's, like, not a good situation to be in.
You decide. A house with horrible history. Reddit user Octopus Funeral has been experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in his home in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So the backstory on his house is that nearly 100 years ago, and
hold on one second, I need to grab my bat. For no reason in particularly. Hold on. Also, let me open this window. Alright, I feel much better now. Listen, sometimes you have to have the equalizer near you. On you! It's kind of crazy. So this bat I have, in the... I got this a long time ago from a previous house I used to live in. It was like a homemade bat, but it's like kind of weird looking. Like they carved it out of some wood, like a 2x4 or something. Looks more like a club than a bat, so it's like a big wet club thing. Like I could bonk people with it. And ever since then, it's become my defense weapon. But yeah, gotta keep the equalizer nearby. FYI, I don't live in a bad neighborhood anymore, but well, it's more of a quiet neighborhood I live in. And I just grabbed this for no particular reason. Like that last one totally didn't spook me, I swear. Okay. Just saying. Okay, you know what? The bat, I'm Kratos. But if I have a shotgun, I become Doomslayer. Doomslayer, one of my favorite video game characters. Well, definitely my favorite shooter video game character is Doomslayer. I love the Doom games. I suck at them, but I'm good at them anyway. Continuing.
in 1925, a man suffered an extreme nervous breakdown and brutally ended the lives of his two young daughters before ending his own life. Now, almost a century later, Reddit user Octopus Funeral says he used to be a skeptic, but that all changed when he moved into this house. He says that strange, unexplained...
I mean, people are skeptics until they, unless they see something they were skeptic about. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, ghosts. It could be, like, anything. Like, you're skeptic towards this, but then you witness a weird event from the thing, witness an event of the thing you were skeptical about, and that's how you start believing in it. Like, it could be aliens, it could be... you could be a flat earther, and then you go to space and you see the earth is not flat, and you realize how fucking stupid that was. By the way, did you know flat earthers think Australia doesn't exist? They think Australians are actors that work for the US government because, the US government's the only government that exists, according to them. But, yeah. That's crazy, if you think about it. That's a whole rabbit hole of flat earthers not thinking Australia exists. I remember there was like a post on, was it Twitter or something, where the guy says, it wasn't Twitter, was it? I remember hearing about it. FYI, I don't have a Twitter. But I remember hearing about it, like some flat earther guy, some big person says Australia doesn't exist because And the reason why they say that is because it disproves their flat Earth theory, and then a bunch of Aussies kept messaging them. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked again. Back to the video, back to the
Events
spooky
begin to
video.
haunt his family. He says the paranormal encounters became more extreme and aggressive with every passing day in the house. One day, he's in the basement doing laundry, and he feels that something is just kind of off.
I've
He
had that
takes out
feeling
his
before.
phone and starts to record. What happens next is downright creepy.
Oh yeah, I am sure it's creepy.
Stuff does happen
Like
down
Jesus,
here.
it's always a fucking basement.
That's freaky stuff right there, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's what you call. I hate that. Freaks me out, man. It's giving me goosebumps. Boy, here we go with the door again.
This guy's reaction is, here we go with the door. Like he seems more annoyed than anything. He's like, oh, he's just saying, oh, it's tossing stuff. That's freaky. Ugh, here we go with the door again. Is this like a norm for you? Well, they said this guy was a skeptic until like this happened.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I mean, he's calmer than how most people would be.
It's creepy. So that door always swings wide open and it stays open. It doesn't ever close. Stay like that. Oh, there you go. Let go of it. Oh crap, that's freaky.
Reddit user Octopus
the ghost
Girl
is-
says that the paranormal
The ghost is all, why is he so calm? I hate this. I hate that he's calm.
activity in the house freaked him out so much that he and his family eventually just moved out back in 2017. He says that since then, he didn't even want to think about that house. But only recently, he decided to transfer this video from his old phone to share with the paranormal community on Reddit. So is this old house in Philadelphia haunted by the tragic spirits who lost their lives there? You decide. Tick-tock. TikTok user Hevalista says he made the terrible mistake of fooling around with a Ouija board at his home in Germany.
I almost dropped my mic. I almost knocked my mic off my table. Why would you fuck with a Ouija board? Seriously, why? Fucking with Ouija boards is never a good look. It's always bad. Like, I know some people said, oh, it's just a board game made by, like, Milton Bradley, or... Was it Milton Bradley? I forgot who created the Ouija board. Because I remember saying, oh, yeah, it was actually made by a board game company. It's still not... Just because it was made by a board game company, though, doesn't mean you should fuck with it. What next? We're gonna have... Oh, Milton Bradley presents... Satanists! Today we make your own very own Satanist demon summoning kit. Like they make something weird like that. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. It was made by a board game company or whatever. Like Hasbro presents your demon summoning circle. Dude, don't worry. Here you go, kids. Here, summon a friend. Oh God. But anyway, yeah. I don't fuck with Ouija boards. Personally, I won't participate. I'll observe. I probably won't like what happens. But I'll observe. Ugh. But yeah, why would you fuck with a Ouija board? I don't know. Anything that's supposed to be like, oh, like anything that's supposed to be like, oh, this board game lets you talk to ghosts. Why the fuck would you want to do that?
And, of course, it did not go well.
Uh-huh. Find what you were looking for, sir.
Diese Tür von dieser Urne, die ist eben einfach aufgegangen. Ich wollte mich gerade schlafen legen, auf einmal ist die aufgegangen. jetzt gerade? Hat die sich einfach geöffnet, Digga. Bro, ich kack mir in die Hose was. Wenn ihr
Gonna learn today about fucking with that shit. Learn
dann
today.
macht diese Tür auf. Wenn hier irgendein Geist oder so drin
There's a
ist
ghost or something here.
und du mich hören kannst,
You can hear me.
dann mach diese Tür auf.
Yeah. Now, you're gonna have to play some Phasmophobia. Now, you're gonna have to determine what is here. Is it a ghost or a demon? Congrats. You found out it's a demon. You know, it's interesting. So in Christianity, they say demons are like super evil beings. In Japanese like mythology, they say some demons are evil and some aren't. I only know this a little bit because I watched a bad Ninja Turtles movie where they went to feudal Japan where they had to explain what a kappa is, where they said like yokais are like demons, but some are good, some are super evil, or something like that. I don't know. That's where I learned about yokais. A very bad Ninja Turtles movie. It was part of the live action series. Like the first two, people say were good. It's just the third one, which me personally I liked, is when they get time travel to feudal Japan, and they're mistaken for kappas, which are Japanese demons, aka yokais. But yeah, anyway, so what I was saying is it's interesting in some cultures where, like in Christianity, they say all demons are just super evil creatures. And then in like some of them, they're more of just like creatures that are neutral. Like in Japanese mythology, they're determined as not all evil, but not good. They ain't good. And then like basic well yeah, in Japanese mythology, don't like kappas, like if they're not murdering, they just like to pull pranks on people and mess with people. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you gotta determine whether it's like a demon that's gonna fucking kill you or a ghost. You gotta play Phasmophobia that with this thing, because now you have to figure out do you what you have to figure it out and be careful what you say because it's gonna fucking fuck with you. But, good luck with that. Also, yeah, apologies. I brought up the like Japanese mythology thing is because it just popped into my brain how in some cultures they say not all demons are evil or whatever. Are you just going SMT on me? I need to play more Shimigami Tensei. But yeah, I know in like Christianity, like they just said, yeah, demons are just fucking evil. Something like that. Well, actually, in most cultures they are just. It's known in Japanese. There's some that are neutral.
Hier ist keine Schnur, nix, ich schwöre auf meine Mutter. Gar nix.
Something fuck's gonna happen.
Ich hab Gänsehaut. Gänsehaut, Bruder. Gänsehaut am ganzen Körper. Gänsehaut. Gänsehaut am ganzen Körper. Ich schwöre meine Mutter. Guck. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott. Diese Ouija-Boards genau hier. Diese Ouija-Boards genau hier dran.
This is why you don't fuck with a Ouija board. Probably something a demon that's gonna fuck your ass. Well, maybe not fuck your ass, but you know what I mean. They're gonna fuck up your life. Unless you're the Doomslayer, because they're terrified of that guy. Should play Doom. Are you burning that? Okay, so I've heard if there's like some evil spirit demon or whatever, if you burn an object they connected themselves to, usually there's a there's a good chance that it'll just make the hauntings worse, so you shouldn't fucking burn it. Like in some stories I've heard where people have like cursed objects that cause hauntings. When they destroyed it, when they destroyed like the object, it just made the hauntings worse because look, they're no longer connected to the objects that they were before. They could just fucking haunt you now. And then there's also like the whole Ouija board thing. What I do know about it is yada yada, talk to the dead with it or some shit. Basically, you're supposed to say dismiss them, tell them to leave politely and end the conversation like say goodbye or something. And and make sure you say you cannot follow me home or whatever. Cuz didn't they do this? Didn't he say they did at a party? Because this dumbass he not only wanted to fuck with a Ouija board, he came home with it. Well, it was probably his.
The door of an antique clock hanging on the wall opens up by itself. After
Yeah,
which
that's
the
fucked.
pendulum just drops right out of the clock's frame. TikTok user Hevalista says that's about enough. And the very next day,
I will say it's freaky, but I wouldn't get terrified enough to like burn the thing because well, one, if it was just a minor thing, like it wasn't destroying shit or threatening you or throwing shit at you, I probably wouldn't freak out like he did. I'd be all, well, this is a thing. And then as soon as it gets violent, that's when you like, yeah, get rid of this shit. Get rid of the shit it's connected to. Don't burn it. That usually makes things worse. At least that's what I heard. Well, in like theories about like paranormal shit, like usually when you burn an object something's connected to, it gets worse. Because it's no longer connected to that. It could just connect to something else. Usually, the person that burned it. Or whatnot. I don't know. That's just what I've heard before.
he burns both the clock and the Ouija board. But this begs the question, what would you do? Would you just burn it all? Let me know.
Well, first, I'd let people know, hey, there's this clock's doing some weird shit. Then I'd show them it. Maybe I'd even record it and show proof like this guy did. Now, if I'm not being threatened, like again, I'd still feel uncomfortable about it. I'd probably give it to someone else or I don't know. Maybe there's someone who collects paranormal shit and I could give it to them. Now, as for the Ouija board, one, you have to make sure you end the conversation, dismiss whatever you called with the Ouija board. Like, you have to say goodbye and end the conversation, tell them to go back to where they came from politely, and then, like, close it up. Also inform them that they cannot follow you or something like that. Like, you have to order them to not follow you. You cannot come home with me. Or stuff like that. Because you don't want that. And then you could get rid of the Ouija board. Like, I mean, you technically don't have to. If, from what I hear, how these things work, like once you've ended the conversation and dismissed them or whatever, it's fine. But I wouldn't keep it personally, and I don't fuck with that shit to begin with.
Really quick, I just wanted to mention that there was also a video posted last week, and I know I'm posting now a lot sooner than usual, so make sure you didn't miss last week's video. All right.
Yeah, I probably missed it. But yeah, ugh. And that's why I don't fuck with Ouija boards, because weird shit happen and you don't want to summon a fucking demon, because it'll fucking... In most stories, in most stories, whenever someone summons a demon, it ends poorly. Like, even in like the Japanese folklore where they say not all the demons are evil, like the yokai are just Japanese demons. Like the ones that are, there's like some that are like neutral or may even be friendly. They usually end up like causing bad shit to happen to someone. Like really fucked up or just really bad. Maybe even someone dying. Let this be a lesson. Don't fuck with Ouija boards. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video right now. This was Nuke's Top 5. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. I still have my bat next to me. You hear that? That's my bat. I was just tapping it on my chair and now my table. Seriously though, the one before that one creeped me out with the thing peeking at the lady. I'm all, yeah, that's why I would have the equalizer on me before I investigate. Even if I know this probably won't do anything, it probably won't do much against anything paranormal. But anyway, regardless. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Also, damn, this video went on pretty long. Later.